Hi everyone. I wanted to go ahead and hurry up and make a video before 8 o'clock tonight. Period. Sorry, I think I'm talking in Facebook. Um, 8 o'clock tonight, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump will be on the TV. And if he is, you have to listen. Now remember, if he says, "My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us," that is the trigger word to let you know it's going down. And then after that, we will most probably have the emergency broadcast where it's going to come across and tell us that we need to stay inside and we will go under martial law. The martial law will be the military arresting the minions. Okay, that's your BLMs, your Antifa, your gang members, the crazy people that are just possessed. All those people that are going to be trying to destroy buildings and businesses and blow up cars or whatever the hell they're going to do, the military is going to come in and grab them. All right? So, if, and I'm saying if, okay, if this happens, you do not go outside. You do not get in your car and try to go drive somewhere. You do not try to be a hero and go out there and help arrest people. You stay inside. You do as you are told. If you did not go get enough food, that is on you. We've been telling you for months, probably a year, to make sure that you've got plenty of non-perishable items, that you have got plenty of water. Do not go outside. Do not go outside until it comes across and it says it's okay to go outside. Cat sneezing, sorry. Slide this over just a tad bit more. So, I am not saying that's what's... Are you okay? Are you done? Bless you. Are you done? You sure? You don't have any more in you. Are you done? Are you done? Everybody wants to know so I can finish talking because it's very important. Are you done? Are you done sneezing? Are you done? Okay. All right. You saw that she's back in her meditative state there. So sorry. She's like a Buddha cat. She's just got her eyes closed staring at me. Oh, there's another cat. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my God. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay. We're like a... Okay. Try to do this. I am so sorry, guys. All right, so back to it. I've been telling you. Other people have been telling you. We've been posting it. We've been telling you. So if you didn't go do it, you may not have time to go do it now. You definitely are not going to have time to do it if the lockdowns start. So, hopefully you took warning. Hopefully you listened to me. Hopefully you're okay. All right. Now, am I saying that that's what's going to happen tonight? No. I am telling you, I have a strong feeling that there's a possibility that it could. All right? There's a difference. I still believe that something big is going to happen before August. I told you that. I've been telling you that. I have another cat. Oh my God. So, now, there have been some major arrests. All right? I don't know. I've been trying to post it on my Facebook page. If you don't have me on Facebook, it's my name at Facebook. I have a purple picture with a moon and some leaves. That is me. Okay? You can also find me if you go through my business page, Jackie's Crystals and More on Facebook. And you would be able to find me that way as well. So, if you're not following me on Facebook, I don't even know if there's going to be a Facebook if the power comes back up, to be honest with you. I really don't. Now, when I tell you, and I lost my track again, when I tell you, if you haven't followed me, you can follow me there. That's fine. I've been talking about stuff. I usually get on there and talk about stuff. I usually get on there first. I make videos here because I have the hardest time making a video on Facebook. So I come here and I just share for everybody else. No, I don't have a lot of followers. And the reason I don't have a lot of followers is I don't want people to think I'm trying to do this to become famous. God did not give me visions and let me hear him talk to me so I could become famous and be in everybody's living room, and people call me up, say, hey, can you be on my TV show, and let's talk. I'm not looking for fame or fortune. So that's why I really don't promote what I do. And there are plenty of other people like me that are everyday just people that hear from God, and they're not promoting their stuff. Now, do I want people to hear what I have to say? Yeah, because there's a reason why God told me, and there's a reason why I'm compelled to tell you these things, because you need to hear it. So I do want you to share. But I'm not looking to become famous. I'm not looking to have my own news channel where you'll turn into me and hear what news is going on, because that's just not how it works. Now, I've always been able to have visions. I've always heard voices. I don't think that's going to change when this is done. I do know that my job will be more helping people that are lost and trying to help them understand what is going on. So I may not make as many podcasts. I don't make a lot now. I may not be posting a whole lot on Facebook when that happens. But I'm not sure. I just know that he told me that this was important to wake up as many people as I could. Then it got to the point, and he said, I don't think you're waking anyone else up. Everyone who's awake that you've reached, that's it. Just educate people so they can help other people. So that's how that job. And then I'll go into the phase where I'll literally be helping people. A lot of it will be through my store. I wanted people to be able to come in there, feel like it's a safe place to sit down and ask questions where they don't have to feel uncomfortable. Most people would pretty well feel uncomfortable talking to their friends and neighbors. What was going on in those tunnels. I always thought it was just made up crazy stuff. And some of them are not going to be able to admit that they were wrong, and they're going to need somebody that they feel comfortable around asking these questions and being able to sit down and not feel stupid and not be judged. And I think that's what my job will become. Yes, I'll be selling crystals and herbs and incense and things like that, but I do want it to have where if people need to come in and talk, I may even have every week have a question and answers about things. I know I want to do once a week a meditation, but I may do something like where people can come in and have a group, and we sit down and I just tell them a little bit what's been going on, and have them where they ask me questions and I answer it to the best of my ability. Hopefully I'll be able to have God with me at that point in time that will talk to me. As I'm answering the questions, I can get the answers right away. And usually when something like that happens, I have a friend that I'll say, I think so-and-so may die. And then usually right there I get a vision, and I can tell them, yeah, definitely. And I can almost put it down to a date. So I don't think that there would be any problem with that. And that's what I would like to do. So kind of just clearing up what I mean when I say that my job will change. So I'm listening if that's what you're wondering. This is how I do. Because sometimes there's more he wants me to talk about than sometimes the subject that I get on here to talk about. All right, so like I said, I'm here. I had heard on another podcast, she was saying that it would be 8 o'clock tonight on the Central Time. She said don't watch it on like CBS, ABC, CNN, those channels, that you want to go through a different news source like OAN, Newsmax, somebody like that. See, I don't have cable TV because I turned that shit off and just left it off. And I've been happier ever since. And if you haven't done that, I recommend you doing it too. You will feel free. No more things that you don't want to see on TV. Definitely not 45 minutes of stupid butt commercials. The same ones over and over and over. Every time I make a noise like that, it means because a cat jumped on me. And they tend to use their claws in my skin and then pull up. Yes, that's a close-up of a cat ear. Yes. So, I keep forgetting where I'm at. I'm so tired, guys, and I do apologize. I just had to get this out. But I just want to kind of clear up what I mean when I say that. Now, do I sell out of my home? Yes, I do. So if anybody is interested in some herbs, you can get to me through Jackie's Crystals and More on my Facebook page. Now, after the power goes out and it comes back on, there's a possibility that maybe the internet won't be the same. We know it's not going to be under Microsoft anymore. It's going to be under the Quantum. That's probably why they've been telling people anything that you've got important saved on Facebook to put it on a disc. Now, the pictures that I have on Facebook, a lot of them are pictures that I have already on my tablet or my phone. There's nothing important there that I would miss. I mean, every now and then I'll see a pretty picture of scenery or an animal that I just, copy. It's not like saved on my thing. I love seeing beautiful pictures of nature. I really do. And I can't wait to be able to finally be able to travel and go see those places in person. That's going to be exciting. This poor cat. She's just got so much gunk on her. And every time she gets on me, it's just a habit I have of getting it off of her. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I can't stand the feeling of gunk on her. It's not like dandruff, I guess, but kind of. Anyways, so if you haven't saved anything important on your Facebook, you might want to do that here tonight because I'm not quite sure what's going to be said in this thing. I don't know exactly how this is going to go down. I don't know right after he gets done with this speech on TV, we start hearing the broadcast through the emergency broadcast system. I understand that it's supposed to go off 7 different times. It would be 3 days with no electricity, and that's to get us off this power grid, to get us onto the Tesla Quantum. Maybe a total of 10 days locked in your home to get the rest of the arrest, make sure everybody's safe. I'm just not sure. I just know it's going to happen. I cannot see letting the comical relief go on for another year. It's destroying lives. It's destroying people's spirit. Ugh, cat fur. I just can't imagine letting it go on any longer than it has. I think as many people that have now woken up, I can't see anything else that would wake them up unless some kind of major person pops out from the grave, maybe a Lady Diana, maybe JFK, maybe Michael Jackson. I've even heard today, which blew my mind, and I'm going to share it with you. First, there was a picture of General Flynn with an elderly lady, and they're smiling. So sorry. They're smiling. And then it came back that the woman was Marilyn Monroe. Well, I wasn't really too shocked about it because we're finding out about all these other people that have supposedly lived in. I thought, well, it's a possibility. Yeah. Woo! Sorry. Ugh, and I scratched that fur goes up everywhere. Oh, God, so sorry. So last night, I was, I had almost fallen off a ladder, pulling something that was way heavier than I thought, and I've jacked my shoulder up, the muscle underneath my shoulder. So I was laying on the floor with this little arch thing, trying to bend my neck back, hoping I could get it to pop and make sure that my neck was lined up, and massaging my calves. So I needed something just for some noise while I was laying there doing that for a few minutes, and I came across a video about Marilyn Monroe. I've did a research paper on her when I was in high school. I've watched her movies, repeats of her movies. I wasn't alive when she was making movies. I've listened to all this stuff. I mean, she's all wrapped up into Kennedy. She's wrapped up in Joe DiMaggio. She's wrapped up in a lot of things. You know, she was into a lot of people's lives. Um, she was smart in her own ways. Uh, so there was just a lot more to her. So I think pretty much everybody knows who she is, knows something about her. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to do a whole video on Marilyn Monroe. But if you know anything about how much she got around, she got around with the Kennedys. There's rumors she was with Castro. She was with a lot of people. And a lot of people thought she was beautiful and they wanted to be around her. So she would have a lot of information. She had a diary. And that diary supposedly never was found. Then, you have the questionable death. The paramedics got there. They worked on her. They brought her back. She was breathing fine. Doctor came in, gave her a shot, and then all of a sudden she died. And then the coroner wasn't called, for so long afterwards. They took her body from where it was back to her bedroom and then staged it. Then the police detective that came said that this is a stage. This was murder. It had to be, that she didn't die that way. They got rid of him, brought somebody else in to take over the case. I mean, there was just so much stuff, right? So I'm listening to this last night. And it was stuff that I've heard before over the years. And it didn't shock me. I'm so sorry. I'm scratching her in the first, getting up in my mouth, in my nose. So it was stuff that I had known. So it wasn't really anything new that I didn't know. I think the phone calls and the maid and some of the stuff was kind of new, but I just took it with a grain of salt. And I listened to it for the 30 minutes, and then I got up off the floor and got back doing something else. Well, today when I was doing my my research, listening for different things, I listened for different dates, I listen for different trigger words, I listen for names, and then that usually sends me on a wild goose chase where I start looking up stuff, and that's how I find the things that I do. But one thing came across, and I had to play it 3 times. It was someone that was interviewing, and he said, yes, Marilyn Monroe is General Flynn's mother. I said, pause. What did I just hear? So I replayed it. Yes, Marilyn Monroe is General Flynn's mother. And I was like, oh, hell to the no, I didn't just hear that. I got to play it one more time. Played it again. 3rd time, same thing. So then I had to stop, didn't listen to the rest of the interview because I had to, okay, I should be fine now. Had to ponder on this. Now, I told you that I had did a research paper on her. And I dug pretty deep with the information that we had back in the 80s on her. And one of the things that I had found is that she had had several abortions. Now, whether or not you disagree with her having them, we do have to understand back then the way Hollywood worked and the control that these men had over these actresses. And the power, the torture that a lot of these women had to go to get a part in a movie. They had to either have oral sex with them in their office, or they had to have, sex. A lot of them were prostituted out to other actors, other producers, politicians, and all this was just to get a role. That's how bad it was for a lot of these women. So back then, Marilyn Monroe pretty much was probably passed around a lot to a lot of different people, and to get roles. I'm sure she did things that she didn't like. So having a baby at that particular time, it depends on who was her handler, may have had forced her to do those things. Sorry, I thought I got rid of all that cat fur. Forced her to do those things, or maybe she was mind controlled to go do these things. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it because back then I didn't know about mind control ultra. I do today. So I can look at things and go, oh, that makes a little bit more sense to me. So that could have been the reason why she had so many. Now, I'm not saying that that is the reason. I'm just giving you an idea of a possibility of something that could have happened. Now, Also, when I did this study, it said that because of so many abortions she had, she could never carry a child full term. And she always wanted to have children. Well, as a teenager, I was like, well, why did she have so many abortions if she wanted to have children? Because like I said, I didn't understand the things that I understand today. So, when he said that Marilyn Monroe was General Flynn's mother, the first thing that popped in my head is she had so many abortions that she would never be able to have children. Okay, so I'm trying to let that sink in. So, did she give birth to General Flynn? And if she did, who is General Flynn's father? Now, at the time of her death, she was having extramarital affairs with Robert Kennedy. Now, I am not saying, let me repeat, I am not saying that he is a Kennedy. No way, no how. Please do not go around saying, that girl Jackie, that psychic, she said that Michael Flynn is a Kennedy. That's not what I'm saying. We're not going to say that. We'll wait for someone else to say it. I'm just saying be open to the possibilities, okay? Do you understand me? Be open to the possibilities. There's so much stuff out there. So many of these people are related and they know each other and they went to school with each other. And Amy Barrett, there is talk, and I've talked about this before, is a possibility that that is Joe Biden's daughter from his first marriage. Now, you're going to say, what? There's so many crazy things out there. So many. And when you go down these holes and you hear more of these crazy things, you're thinking, can it get more crazier? And the answer is yes. Because I would have never thought in a million years that there was a possibility that Marilyn Monroe was George Flynn's mother. Just like I had no idea that Melania Trump was royalty. Oh, did I ever talk about that one? Yes, you remember the Russian family that was killed? Melania's grandmother was Natasha. I think that's the name. No, Anastasia. Sorry, Anastasia. Why do you think Melania Trump is so important? Why do you think Barron Trump is so important? If that's true, then this explains why they are so important. Does that make sense? Anastasia. They were related to those royalty families from Russia. Now, I'm not saying 100% that it's true, that I'll swear on a Bible, I'll cut my finger and let it drain or whatever. I'm not saying it's true. I am saying be open to the possibilities. People, be open to the possibilities because they're there. There are so many things out there. We take what we want from something and we leave the rest. But we file it in the back of our head. So when it comes out later on, maybe weeks, months, years, you'll go, oh, wait a second. I heard about that. That's crazy. I didn't believe it, but I remember hearing it. And you're not shocked. You don't pass out. You don't have a stroke. That's why I tell you these things. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not. But I'm telling you to listen and to file it in case it comes back. But it would make sense why those two are so important. Why that woman said, just because his name is Barron doesn't make him a baron. Doesn't make sense now. Makes you wonder, what was she really trying to tell everybody? You get it? It's crazy stuff. So, do know that if Marilyn Monroe is alive, she has that diary. She wrote everything down. She knows everything about everything. So now you've got the antivirus guy telling everybody about stuff. Jeffrey Esprit singing like a canary. Marilyn Monroe. Michael Jackson with things that he knows. I mean, we can go on. There's even rumors. You're going to love this one. Oh, hold on a second. What's his name? Hold on. Please, Lord, put it in my head. Put it back in my head. Isaac Cappy is alive. Now, do you remember those crazy videos that Isaac Cappy was making? There is a rumor that he's alive under witness protection, so Isaac Kappy could show back up. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Princess Di knew about the Queen and all of them being lizard people. Why do you think she was trying to get away from them? She was scared of them. Do you not think she's got some information? Heard she's alive. There was someone that was interviewing a paramedic and said she was alive. She was banged up, bruised up, and in and out of consciousness, but she was alive. Can you see the white hats getting her out of there? Do you understand how important she is? That's what I'm saying. The possibilities are endless. We don't know what will be said tonight. We don't know who's going to pop up. We don't know what he's going to be more focused on, but we do know what could possibly be said days from now, months from now, probably not a year. I can't see a lot of this stuff being held on, but you understand where I'm going with this. So I want you to watch. I want you to look for it. And if it's nowhere at 8 o'clock at night and you stay to 9 and you still can't find it, then something either came up, he couldn't do it, or it was maybe some misinformation, maybe it's another night. But it doesn't hurt to look and see. Okay? I'm not saying 100% sure that he's going to be on. I am saying it doesn't hurt to look and see. And if he is, to listen what comes out of the man's mouth, because it may be extremely important and it may affect what is going to happen in the next few days. So we don't know. I do not know. The only thing that I have told you, and I am standing by this vision, is that something would happen from the 1st of June to the end of August. It would not be past September, the 1st of September. It had to happen. It was going to happen in this time frame. We are now in the middle of July. Okay? The middle of July. So whatever's going to happen should be happening soon. And I have been on spot with my time frames on things. I have been on spot. There are plenty of you who might now just be watching this video and saying, well, what is she talking about? Go and find anyone on my Facebook page and they will tell you I've been on spot. Been on spot. So something is going to happen. All right? I need everyone to be prepared. I need you to have an open mind. I don't need anyone to freak out. We will do as we are told. And we're going to be doing that because it's for our safety. And we remain calm and do like we're told, things will get done much faster. These people need to be arrested, they need to be picked up, and we need to be safe. And you need to understand that this is for you, for your children, for your freedom, and for your soul. Okay? All right? You might be looking at this as it's just political. It is more than that. And I have said that ever since I got my first vision of this stuff. Okay? I said it's a war between good and evil. And I said this before. Half these people have been making broadcasts. All right? All these people making broadcasts, they found out around Q and stuff and started doing their digging. All right? I was digging and finding out things when I first had my first vision, okay? When Trump came down the escalator, that's when I started, all right? I had been digging up stuff on Hillary even before that. But I started telling people when I had my vision, when Trump came down the escalator, that day I got on Facebook and told people that something was going to happen, that that man was our president, he was going to win. People laughed at me. I said, no, that's the president of the United States. And nothing will ever be the same. And I've been right on that. I was right then, and I am right now. The man will raise his hand a second time. He will. I saw it in a vision. He raised his hand twice. People laughed at me. Oh, well, your vision was wrong. He only raised it once. No. It didn't say when he would raise that second hand, but I saw him raise his hand twice. And it's getting ready to happen, folks. It is getting ready to happen. So do understand that what is going on is not political. Quit thinking it's political. All right? That's just a cover of what's really going on. You got to get in there, and you've got to get in there deep. And some people can't handle what's in there. I have nightmares. All right? I have nightmares of some of the stuff that I have been shown in visions, some of the stuff that I have found. Some things people have leaked, and I found it. And I was like, oh my God, why did you make me watch that? Because the Lord needed me to see it. Because that's the only way I can tell you what was seen. So you don't have to look at it. You're thinking, well, that's crazy, Jackie. God wanted me to hear it. God wanted me to see it because He knew that I could explain it to you. He knew that I could heal myself mentally because I trust in Him to know that this will not damage me and make me crazy. All right? It should. It's the most horrific stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I wouldn't wish anyone to see some of the stuff that I've seen, either through visions or pictures. I wouldn't. And I can't imagine these men and women who were, 18, 19, 20 years old, going in to these tunnels under the ground and seeing the things that they're seeing. The Army, the Marines, did not prepare these men and women for this, okay? They didn't prepare them to walk in a dark tunnel and see body parts just hanging, all right? They didn't prepare them for that. They didn't prepare them to see mutilated children's bodies, okay? They didn't prepare them to see that. They didn't prepare them to see the experiments where they've been taking crossbreeds of humans and animals and trying to make stuff like they did back in the Greek time. Remember all those pictures you saw? The man with the bull head and the man that was half a horse. They've been trying to do that shit again, people. And they do have some of those creatures, all right? The military is probably having to put those things down because they're not of God. They're not of God. All right? You can read sometimes where they're taking sperm cells and putting them in other animals. Oh, we can put them in pigs, and then we can use a pig heart. No. No. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to follow anyone who follows Q. You can find these on totally different sites that have nothing to do politically and find all these experiments that they're doing and saying, oh, it'll save lives. It'll help people. No. So, do know when I tell you there are things that you do not want to see. There are things that you don't even want to imagine that anyone could see. So, when I tell you to stay inside, I mean stay inside. All right? If you see someone knocking on your door and he doesn't look military, he looks like Blow Joe from God knows where that you've never seen before, I wouldn't open your door. Now, if you have a way to protect yourself, I would make sure you have that. But I wouldn't open the door. And I would tell them, I can't open this door and you're not welcome here. You're going to have to go because you don't know the extreme that some of these evil people will do. All right? And that's sad. I know it. Oh my gosh, I know it. But you have to protect yourself and your family. Because I've been telling people and others have been telling people, stay inside. All right? If it's homeless people, I am sure the police know where these homeless people are and they may be instructed to go pick them up. All right? Every day I see homeless people in the same spots. So Gulfport PD knows where these homeless people are. So if the military is going to be doing some actions, I'm sure they're going to send the PD out to start picking up these people and get them indoors. So someone knocks on your door and says, I'm homeless. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy out here. Do not open your door. Do not. Just do not. You can pray for that individual, but do not open your door. Because you just don't know who that is and if they're lying to you. And God forbid if they're lying to you and they come in there and massacre you and your family. Okay, so don't open the door. All right, sounds like something you would say in a horror movie. Don't open the door. All right? Go ahead. After the Trump speech, whatever he says, if he says anything that could be remotely having to do with anything being locked down for about 10 days, then you start filling up some pitchers of water. Start getting ready. Get everything that you need washed, changing your bed sheets. You got to get up as soon as Walmart opens up to go get you some food, or go to the bank and get you some cash. You go do it. Because I'm telling you, as soon as that first broadcast comes across the emergency radio and it says, get your ass inside or something, get your ass inside. Quick. So, I don't know if that's what it's going to be. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to prepare you if that's what it is. 8 o'clock tonight, guys. Be looking for it. All right? So, this should give you enough time to look at this video and get ready. Okay? I want everybody to put their armor of God on. If you have to get your Bible and hold your Bible near you, pray to God. Pray to God. Tell Him, please, let this be it. Let this be it, because this needs to end, people. This has it has to happen. It happening later or later, it's going to happen regardless. I would rather it happen now and be over with. Okay? We know it's got to. So let's get it over with. I think we're ready. I think the American people are ready for it. Okay? And those of you who are not ready, those of you who don't even know anything that I'm talking about, I will keep you in my prayers. But we're ready. All right? So Godspeed. I will get back on here tomorrow. If it's not what I think it was, then that's fine, because we do know it is coming. Okay? So regardless of the fact, if he's on there, it's something very important. We need to listen, because he is our duly elected president. Don't forget that. All right. Good night, guys. All right.